Number 2. Whoops, wrong victim, buddy. March 18th, 2021. Cramen, Edinburgh. A masked guy in all black is hiding in the bushes off Lawrenceston Farm Road, scanning for one specific thing. A woman who's alone, distracted, and smaller than him. He picks the spot for a reason. Quiet road, no foot traffic, bushes on both sides, and only 10 feet away from the public running path. This isn't his first rodeo. Then he spots somebody. A 30-year-old in workout gear, headphones in, jogging straight toward him, half his size. And then he locked onto her. He waits until she's right next to him, steps out, and grabs both her arms. For half a second, this is going exactly how he pictures it. And again, this is his mistake. Because while the guy is busy locking up her arms, she isn't screaming or she isn't panicking. She simply rips one arm free and throws. His head snaps back, his legs collapse, and he drops to the pavement like somebody pulled a guy from his wheelchair. She immediately dashes away from the scene, and the guy is still on the ground trying to figure out which way is up. She stops and looks at her hand, because she realizes it's freaking broken. She pushed past her limits throwing that punch. And here's what that dude never figures out. The small jogger he just tried to grab, her name is Natasha Baldwin, a 10-time WACO kickboxing world champion. Number 3. Instant Kilma. July 18th, 2015. Charleston, West Virginia. A 45-year-old man named Neil Falls is driving across the country with one specific mission. In the trunk of his car, he's carrying a machete, multiple axes, knives, a shovel, a sledgehammer, 4 sets of handcuffs, a stack of bulletproof vests, a giant container of bleach, and a roll of plastic trash bags. Jesus, that's a lot of stuff. He also has a written list of 10 women's names, ages, and their phone numbers. And tonight, the first name on that list is about to open her front door. That woman, who we'll call Heather, works in the escort industry. Earlier that day, he booked an appointment at her home that afternoon. To her, this is just another booking. To him, it's the first stop on his hit list. He shows up at her door and she lets him in. He takes 2 steps inside and the smile drops off his face. He pulls out a 9mm handgun, looks at her dead in the eyes and says 2 words: live or die. Then he tells her he's going to prison for a long time, and it's her choice whether it's for a robbery or a murder. Then he grabs her by the throat and starts strangling her. And this is where Heather makes the only move she has left. She is being choked, and he has the gun in one hand and her neck in the other. Out of the corner of her eye, she sees something, a garden rake propped up against the wall. She lunges, grabs it, and starts swinging. Neil panics, sets the gun down on a side table for 1 single second to wrestle the rake away from her. And that's all she needs. She drops the rake, grabs his gun, points it at him, and without even looking at him, pulls the trigger. 1 shot right into his head. He drops dead on her kitchen floor. She comes out of the fight with a broken back and a dislocated shoulder, but she comes out of it alive. The cops eventually show up and confirm that Neil Falls is a suspected serial killer believed to be linked to unsolved murders of women across at least 9 states. Heather killed him with the very first weapon he brought to kill her with, and saved every other woman on that list. 3 real stories. 1 happened at night, 1 happened in the middle of broad daylight, and 1 started with someone meeting a stranger online. Different places and different situations. But none of them thought it was going to happen to them. And that's what makes stories like this so creepy. Your life isn't at danger only at 3 a.m. every night. Most of the time, your gut feeling is probably wrong. You turn around and nobody's there. And over time, you learn to ignore your gut feeling. And the people in these stories probably had those same little gut feelings too. That tiny feeling that something was off. But they brushed it aside. So remember, sometimes the stranger walking near you isn't trying to go in front of you to make you feel safe. And sometimes, by the time you realize something is wrong, they're already close enough to